All right, guys, we're back. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy CMB checking in. And guys, I wanted to give my 2 cents on this boxing company that's being started by His Excellency Turki Alalshikh and Dana White. Now, this has turned the boxing world upside down on its head, and I think it's ruffling a lot of feathers out here. And I want to give my 2 cents on it and how I really feel about it, because you guys know I don't sugarcoat anything. I tell you guys how I really feel. And, sometimes it's going to be complex. And I think this is one of those complex situations for me. Now, a lot of you guys know I am a huge supporter of Turki Alalshikh. I have really enjoyed seeing what he has been able to do in his short time coming into the sport of boxing. He's really filled a lot of complaints. He solved a lot of problems that the sport of boxing was having when it comes to the fans. We complained a lot about the best competition not fighting the best. Fighters ducking each other, platforms not wanting to play nice when we see two fighters on different platforms and we want those guys to fight and they just don't want to play in the sandbox together. We complain about the high prices of pay-per-views and getting mediocre fights, and he seems like he just came in and turned all that upside down. Now we're getting these great cards with these dream fights, these big, I would say, extravagant fights with entertainment. He's doing a lot of things. He's paying these fighters very well, and he's just solved a lot of problems in the sport. And I knew that was going to ruffle some feathers because the old guard doesn't like this. I talked about that plenty of times, how some of these platforms don't like it, some of these fighters don't like it, because now they're not going to be able to do the things that they have normally been able to get away with. Now they're going to have to fight. And it seems like the model for this new company is going to be sort of like the UFC. It's looking like they're going to have one belt there. And now, if you want to be a champion, your ass is going to have to fight. And that's what it's looking like to me. And I think that's a good thing for the sport of boxing. I will say this. I do like, the four belt thing. But these sanctioning bodies, as corrupt as they are, they can't be trusted. We've seen that time and time again. And I saw Mauricio Suleiman going off about the WBC belt not being showcased at the presser, Canelo Alvarez's presser for his fight, where Turki Alalshikh said, don't bring the WBC belt up here. He had his own, the Ring Magazine belt there, and I think that undisputed belt that he had there. And that didn't sit too well with Mauricio Suleiman. And let me say this. Those guys, those sanctioning bodies, a lot of these different platforms, they can blame themselves for this happening. They can blame themselves for this happening because they left an opening there for Turki Alalshikh to just come in and, steal the show. They did this themselves, and now they're complaining about it. There's going to be a lot more complaining about it, but they did not want to do the right thing when it comes to the sport of boxing. There's too much corruption with these sanctioning bodies. And now you're not going to have this corruption if this takes place. If these sanctioning bodies are gone, you're not going to have fighters ducking and dodging, trying to fight easy fights and, calling themselves a champion. You're going to have to fight. You're going to get paid well, I hope. Now, that's my one issue. Dana White, I know he has a reputation of not paying his UFC fighters well. And I'm hoping that that won't be the case with fighters, because I think fighters should be compensated well for putting their lives on the line. Now, I'm more inclined to believe that it won't happen because Turki Alalshikh has been a man of his word and he's been paying these fighters big paydays. So, that worries me in the back of my mind. I really wish it was somebody else besides Dana White, but, it is what it is. And maybe, they can make this work. But I will say this, you got to blame the old guard. This is their fault that Turki Alalshikh was able to come in and make this happen. And he's going to change boxing. Things are going to change. There's a new pecking order. It's the new world order of boxing, and Turki is going to be at the head of it. So anyway, that is my 2 cents on that, guys. I'm really interested in knowing what you guys think about this. Do you think this is something that's good for boxing? Do you think this is going to change things? Do you think this is going to make fighters fight, have to fight the best competition out there? If they want to be a champion, they're going to have to fight. And I think that's a good thing. But we'll see. Let me know what you guys also think about, the sanctioning bodies, doing away with the sanctioning bodies. Let me know how you feel about it in the comment section, guys. It's the CMB. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. And I'm out. Peace.